Like,
yeah, what was the total budget of this show?
Can I want to tell you, but can you just believe it so it doesn't make it in?
For sure.
Okay, okay.
Can we believe it in some artistic way so at least it looks exciting?
No, just be like, what the fuck?
Or do this?
Sure, put that over my mouth. It was, we spent $.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I hope my mom's all right.
I did just Mr. Beast. So that's kind of how it came about. But in terms of how I got where I am now, I started making videos when I was 11. Had no fucking clue what I was doing. They were absolute trash. And then no one watched them when I was 11. No one watched them when I was 12. No one watched them when I was 13. No one watched them when I was 14. No one watched them when I was 15. And then I started to get like, holy fuck, is anyone ever going to watch these? I'm like 4 years in. I'm like having depressive mental breakdowns because I'm pouring everything I have. But I mean, like at the time, obviously everyone thinks the videos they make are great. And I thought I was making like insanely great videos, but they're just trash. And like the problem is I didn't have anyone to teach me how to edit. So I'm like learning on my own. I didn't know anything about cameras, didn't know anything about anything. And then 16, no one's watching them. 17, no one watching them. And I'm like, fuck, my whole life I was just like, I just want to do YouTube. I need to make enough money by the time I graduate high school so I can do this or I'm fucked. Cause like I didn't have good grades or anything. And we didn't have much money because my parents were over leveraged in 2008. They're in the army, bought some properties 2008. And then the recession or financial crisis hit, went bankrupt, lost everything.
Oh.
So like my mom was also like, fuck, my son's just gonna be homeless.
Can we get back in there?
Like just gonna be homeless. And she hates it. And so I finally 18, about to graduate high school. Still no one watches the videos. No one gives a fuck. I'm making
not even on graduation night.
Yeah, I remember it's just like my mom's like, all right, it's time to accept reality. Got to go to community college. Got to get a degree. And I was just like, I didn't want to, but I was like, okay, let me just pick the easiest, lamest fucking degree. I think it was like some communications degree at my local community college.
Zoning is one of them.
But then 2 weeks into it, I just was like, fuck this shit. And so every day, because I didn't have enough money to move out, I just go to college, but then I would just work on videos in my car. And I was just like, okay, in 6 months, my mom's going to find out that I have straight zeros, kick me out of the house. I got to get it where people are watching my videos enough where I can like live off of it over the next 6 months. And then I just started doing a bunch of stupid stuff. Like around this time is when I counted to 100,000.
Yeah, it's so classic.
And a lot of other things like that. And
watching somebody semi-unconscious count their way through like the 80,000s is unbelievable.
Yeah, it was. Well, there was one part I think at 93,000 where I was like 92,999. 91,000. I actually went backwards. I didn't realize it. And then I just went 91,001, 91,002. So it was because I was so just out of it at that point.
Yeah, there are moments in that where you're like, yeah, somebody help this guy or something, But
anyways, around that point, I had a month where I made 20 grand. And then I was like, Mom, I have straight zeros. I'll move out tomorrow. And then I just moved out. Then we just kept reinvesting it all. And here we are. So it's like a 15-year journey and it's been pretty crazy. Was
it hard to learn to reinvest in yourself? Is that like I know you kind of mentioned a minute ago. Was that like a thing? Is it hard to learn to reinvest?
No, for me, it always came natural because like now it's a little bit crazier because we're traveling and everything. But back then, I lived in a place that was $720 a month and I split it with someone. So I needed $360 for rent. And I had like a 2005 Dodge Durango, which wasn't that expensive. So it was like, okay, $1,000 to cover my expenses. Everything else just pour back in. You know what I mean? So if you just live like below your means, then like it allows you just to go crazy and throw everything back into it. And I just was like a fucking machine back then that lived to make the best videos possible. And so every dollar was just a way filming our videos no one's ever done before. So these are really complicated things that are constantly going wrong. Like I think back then, like 1 in 3 videos I filmed, just like I didn't like it, so I scrapped it, or it got fucked up when we were filming it, or whatever, because like these were just big spectacles and we just didn't have the team for it. And I was reinvesting everything. And like, there was one time where I accidentally overspent and we were like negative $200,000.
That's a lot.
Yeah. My mom was like losing her fucking mind. And I was like, it's fine, Mom. I'll just, next month, I think we'll make like, 200 grand or whatever. And I'll just like spend a little less and I will dig out of this hole. Like she hated it.
Because she was helping with the finances?
Well, but we just didn't have money growing up. And so like when I wanted to, when I think one month we made like $100,000 and she was like very adamant. She's like, just put 20% away. Just let me build a nest egg, this and that. And I was like, no, actually I was thinking of just giving like $100,000 to Twitch streamers. I think that'd be a good video people would like. And she's like, she like for 10 hours straight was like, why not give them 80,000? It's like, because and this is where I'm a lot better at communicating now than I was back then. I was like, I mean, you're talking like, this is a guy who grew up with pimples, didn't communicate much, sat in his room and fucking worked on YouTube videos and obsessed over, business and entrepreneurship where everyone else just want to watch South Park. And so I didn't relate to anyone. So my social skills were negative 10,000. So like, I was horrible at communicating things. So I'd just be like, and like in hindsight, it's kind of obvious, but at the time, like there's a huge language barrier between me and my mom because all that existed in this brain was make the best videos possible, and she didn't fully get that. And like that was it. I was a robot. That is what I live for. And I was not a human at that time. And so I was just like, if we made $100,000, why would I not spend the $100,000 on videos? Right. And she'd be like, put some away. And I was like, but if I put it away, I would just spend it on other videos. So why can't I just spend it on videos now? And we would just do that for hours every single day.
You're like, if I put away $20,000, that I'm only going to be able to make 80% of the best video I could make at that time.
It's just,
and we're not going to do that.
Why am I putting the money away?
Right.
I was like, Mom,
to not make a good video?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, Mom, my rent is like $350. The car's fine.
Yeah.
I was like, why do we need to put it away? And she'd just be like, and I also didn't fully realize this, but she would even get trauma to like 2008 when they lost everything, went bankrupt, and so she was like,
she's like, we got to save something.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's what would make it intense. And I didn't fully understand it at the time either. So it would like get her to the point where she would cry because I would reinvest everything, and she just like didn't want what happened to her in 2008 to happen to me, and I just like didn't care at all. I just like, Mom, wow, trust me, videos. And so that was a thing for a very long time, but eventually she got to the point where she's like, you know what? I'll just trust you. And that's when things got great. Cause then like it helped my relationship with her a lot because she started stressing less and she just believes, I got it.
She's like, Jimmy will figure this out.
Exactly. And like
Mr. Beast, Son Beast.
Yeah. When shit happens, it them up.
Ah, I see.
And I definitely learned why no one ever does stuff with 1,000. Cause that's the most contestants ever. It's a lot to like, just everything is, 1,000 hotel rooms a night. You know what I mean? If the hotel room is $200, that's $200,000 a night in just hotel rooms, and you're feeding them, and even like every little thing is so expensive when you times it by 1,000. And then like to record 1,000 people, you need 1,000 cameras. Just to buy 1,000 cameras is a bitch. And then to hook all the cameras up to the server, we need like 56 miles of cable to run it over there. And then you need like fucking 250 camera people to check in on them. And so it's like, I know why people don't do reality shows at this scale because it's so fucking expensive. What
was the total budget of this show?
I want to tell you about it. Can you just believe it so it doesn't make it in?
For sure. Okay. Can we believe it in some artistic way so at least looks exciting?
No, just be like, what the fuck?
Or do this?
Sure, put that over my mouth. It was we spent $.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I hope my mom's all right.
I didn't mean it. Don't cancel me.
No, I'm just trying to give some different trying to give some different reactions.
Put that in the intro.
Oh my God, bro. That you spent that much on this?
Yeah. Because it gets crazier. Like that first one, we built 1,000 towers. And those are real towers that have actual hydraulic press doors that have to be safety proof with giant foam and crash pad at the bottom with the light system, right? Because we're turning them red and green. And then we had to build custom software to connect it all where you press a button and some of the lights change. And then we had to rig, like I told you, 1,000 cameras in there to a giant control center. Like just that first episode alone was, crazy, man.
And do you have to take it all down at the end?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
So I don't own that building. Yeah. Because the problem is like we needed 6 massive hangars. So like we basically in Canada, there's like these 6 giant airport hangars, and we were just like, hey, can we use those and convert them all to these big sets? And then right outside is a field, and that's where we built that city, which was also, so I have in this field at one point, I have like 800 people working over here, just building a city in the middle of a field. And I've got like 600 construction people in these 6 hangars, just building these other sets. And then I have all these, at some points we had like over 2,000 people on set just in this town in Canada. So it was crazy.
And were you employing to
things like that? I think people think what I do is a lot easier than it is. Like these things are monumental projects that are a bitch to fucking do. And it's like, and 100+ million people are going to watch it. And so everything's just got to be fucking great and perfect. But we don't have years to do these things. We're trying to do what most people do in a year, in 2 months. So it's like, it is tight timelines, and it's just, we don't have the budgets of these giant studios or anything when we're doing these YouTube videos. And it's just, it's very, very difficult. You know what I mean? Like I have hundreds of employees full time.
You do?
Yeah. That depend on that YouTube channel. You know what I mean?
At Mr. Beast Productions?
Yeah. I don't even know I guess Mr. Beast Studios. But yeah, it's just a lot of pressure because it's just a lot of people depend on it. And it's just absurd to think that I have all these employees and we're spending all this money. And I just assume like the magical YouTube algorithm, when I post this video, is just going to give it to 100 million people every single time.
Wow.
And it's just like, that's a lot of stress. And it's a lot of people who, watch the content. It's just a lot of everything. It's a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. And it's like, if I don't film, then there's no video. So it's also not a typical business because, you can, any other company, you can replace basically anyone.
But you are the business.
Exactly. I am. Like literally, if I'm just like, yo, for the next month, I don't want to film, the business is dead. You know what I mean? So it's like, I wouldn't, I just, part of it is I want to make sure I'm like taking advantage of the opportunity I have here. Because this is like, and when I'm 40, I can't expect that. You know what I mean? Like, and so that's one. And another one is like, it just, for whatever reason, it just is like built in my blood. Like, this is just what I do. Like, working is just what I live for. And like, I don't really know what else to do with my life. Like, I'm just a machine that goes. And if I'm not working on something like stimulating and pushing and innovating, I just kind of get depressed and like, I'm like, why am I alive? What am I doing? You know?
Who do you get that from? Was one of your folks, you think?
No, I've just kind of always been like this. My mom hates it because I don't really celebrate wins or anything. I just always grinding on things. And I don't know. I think just some people are hardwired like that. And I think, but I think you just got to be who you are. Like that, it just is who I am. But there's other people who see my lifestyle because I've talked about it on podcasts, and a lot of creators want to be like me, and then they end up scaling up bigger teams, and they end up trying to do videos like me, and then they find out they're miserable and they fucking hate it, and it's too much stress and pressure. And so I wouldn't advise this for most creators, right? Like I don't have work-life balance.
You don't
work. No, I mean, I'm like, there are some months where, I film 28 days, and I still have to run Feastables. I still do, film 28 days on the main channel. Then I film for our Peace Philanthropy channel. I still film stuff for TikTok because we have over 100 million followers on TikTok, and I have to do stuff on Instagram. I still have to network and do these things. And it's like, I mean, it's basically, if my eyes are open, it's like, I have a person whose job is just to help me basically write everything I want to accomplish on a whiteboard. I mean, it will take up the size of this wall, and it's like all my priors and things I could be doing, things I should be doing, things other people need me to be doing. And then, we'll just go in the next 7 days, I'll circle all the things I want to do ancillary on top of what naturally I have to do. And then he'll just like schedule out basically every second my eyes are open.
Wow.
Which is good because it helps me. I sometimes fall into a trap of being reactive. Like, my content, channel needs me to film this. This needs Feastables needs me to do this. But you're never going to achieve something great if you're just constantly like a ping pong ball being told what you need to do by your employees. So occasionally you need to be proactive and do other things that, other people wouldn't think of, and be a little bit more of a visionary.